Look at how much hair I used to have.
These are where the leprechauns live.
Can you
They
turn it up a bit?
fucking,
Oh, yeah.
and believing that, they kept their gold up in there.
It's always good when we have technical problems, right?
Always.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't
It's
be
kind of
something
a
related
bad
to.
thing to do because he started
was.
fucking wallowing in the ground over there.
That's about as high
And
as
that's
I can
where
get.
the dogs have been pissing and shitting since we planted some fucking grass over there. So, he's just wallowing in the fucking dog shit and piss.
Is this just
Being
a
I'm gonna get
video
their
of
gold.
mine?
I'm gonna get their gold. So, my aunt yelled at me, being, I hate stoners. I really fucking do.
Everyone, it's an adorable napalm.
Hi, everyone.
Ah!
Napalm here.
Get it off! Get it off! Get
Some
it
of
off!
you may ascertain by this point in the video, I
don't
have
like
shaved my beard off. Yes, I have shaved my beard off. Pause to allow people time to laugh. Final Fantasy 13 is literally worse than the Holocaust, Amendum
Why are you look
denies.
Asian?
If anyone is like
I
Galen,
have to
it is
squint.
me.
I
For
can't
you
see
see, I
otherwise.
like Galen.
True.
Here's a door, as you can see, and there's a doorknob, and this is a butter knife, and that's a dog, and that's a wall, and oh my god, that's a light! And I hate stoners, I really fucking do. Oh, I'm just, the friendly neighborhood rapist, and I've, come here with a knife, in this case, butter knife. I'm like, hey everybody, it's rape time, and somebody's fled into this door, and I'm like, hey, come on! It's me!
This is back when YouTube had a really low bar for
Rapey
success.
McStab Fiend! Come on, you know me! God, I hope that fucking sound isn't another animal I'm gonna have to fucking crush its little fucking wounded skull in. Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with Smokey the Bear. Like, take it from me. Never underestimate a bear who wears
Just real
pants,
shirtless.
no shirt. I mean, seriously, what would Smokey the Bear think?
I have.
No, Smokey
Yes.
the Bear, I would not fuck with him. I mean, let's fucking face it, too. He's a fucking
I have
bear.
no shame in my
When it
hideous
comes to fuck
visage.
off. Like,
I'm like
seriously, think
Nurgle.
about it. You never fucking once saw Smokey the
That's
Bear.
40K Nurgle, not
confronting
Mesopotamian
the people who
Nurgle.
fucking started the fires. They're dangerous. So even in death, I'd be fucking YouTube's ass fucking clown.
All right.
That's fantastic.
Welcome,
beautiful.
everybody. Welcome everyone to Matt's 40th birthday roast. Just to be clear, this is not a celebration. This is a public service announcement, and be aware of Matt ever being anywhere close to your neighborhood.
Yeah, these motherfuckers made me fucking goddamn organize my own fucking execution. These guys are worse than the fucking cartel.
We didn't, Matt.
Oh yeah, I brought the sword, by the way, guys. We're good.
We didn't, because I asked you to do one singular thing, and you didn't even do that.
Motherfucker, you're the MC. Master of ceremonies.
Jesus fucking
Be
Christ.
one.
Matt has specifically asked for this particular event to happen, and we are all going to endeavor to be as hurtful and traumatic as possible, because, nothing turns Matt off faster than kindness, affection, and basic human appreciation. If you tell him that he's a good person, he'll ghost you emotionally for 6 months, and then, just argue that it'd be funnier if he hated you. Tonight we honor a man who is 40 years old, still runs on weed and spite, and has lived his entire life according to the guiding principle of, I believe things only if they're funny. We have some guests here to sort of kick us off here. But I had a fucking thing.
The ones who didn't run away.
Yeah. I had to get rid of some because we had some pussies. We got Bongers here.
Diversity Daddy, what's up?
Bongers is about 40% contrarianism and 60% colonizer. He ruined one of Goat's friendships by sleeping with a Polish woman named Agata, because nothing causes international incidents like a horny Brit with no situational awareness. He was also a judge in our cryptid battle and called me a basic bitch, which is bold coming from a man whose entire culture is putting beans on shit. He can't control his dick, he can't control his mouth, and he leads us all to wonder why his ancestry that this man is based off of could have ever once taken over most of the known world.
Oh my god.
You made a mistake, Lundy.
Yes, I did.
That man ain't.
He is not British.
That man, yeah.
He's a European,
He's
though.
Dutch.
It's all basically the same for me. Next up is
Yes,
Goat.
please.
Goat loves animals, and somehow, in spite of the fact that he has a Shrek nose, has no trouble getting dates, yet absolutely cannot make any sort of relationship last. Every woman the goat dates starts off thinking this is sweet, and then within a week are filing restraining orders. He doesn't chase red flags, he curates them. He has been ghosted, psychotic breakups, people saying they're not ready for commitment, if they bother saying anything at all. If relationships can end badly, Goat has got all of it on speed dial. He's living proof that being likable and being chosen are not the same thing. Next up is Mylite. Mylite is Jewish, and of course, the quintessential self-hating Jew. We love our self-deprecating Jewish humor, which tonight I imagine he'll probably end up roasting himself harder than anyone else here ever could, also following in the Jewish tradition of making everything about himself. He carries generational trauma the way that other people carry credit card debt. And if you ever wonder what internalized anxiety sounds like, he is going to be speaking soon enough. We also have Skep here. Skep is a 6 foot fucking 12 fucking cybersecurity guy who has a Boston accent, so every sentence sounds like it could end in violence. He's afraid of AI, and he's convinced that America is on the brink of civil war, and he has definitely thought through what his role is going to be when that happens. If you ever hear Skep say something along the lines of, I've been thinking, you can be rest assured that a server in some state has gone down or some sort of militia has already been formed. But we are here primarily for Matt. Let's talk about this mess of a human being here. The reason we're all here, the 40-year-old stoner who hates love, avoids sincerity, and argues purely for sport. 40 years old is wild, because spiritually he's still a stoned 19-year-old philosophy major who just discovered contrarianism and never emotionally recovered. He hates love not because that he's been hurt in any one particular sense, but because being appreciated just makes him deeply uncomfortable. If you compliment Matt, his suspicions rise like Mylite angling for a haggle on Amazon. This man's biggest turnoff is emotional security. Nothing kills friendships with him faster than predictability and emotional security. Peace makes him itchy, like the unasked for Christmas sweater he would tear up in front of his nephew, who cries, saying, I got that for you, Unky Napalm. Matt has so much hair and beard that he might as well be a missing link, and yet he still once got mistaken for a woman by a cashier. And honestly, the cashier wasn't really all that wrong when you think about it. They saw someone who avoids responsibility, communicates indirectly, and disappears the moment that things get serious. Also, where's your nephew now, Matt? Just as a question. As I understand, high school dropout drug addict?
Yeah, he's doing.
Well, I want to congratulate you, Matt, on having accomplished what every uncle dreams of and making a clone. You have successfully ruined his life.
Yeah.
Matt is mostly blind, and he argues any position as long as it's funny enough. He once told me that he would fuck Wilbur from Charlotte's Web, if it meant that it would not be bestiality for Goofy to fuck his dog. I dubbed this particular reasoning and logic that Matt has adopted as his life philosophy as Roger Rabbit logic. The funniest thing is the thing that's true, which is why his love life consists of homeless transvestites high on crack.
Ugh.
Jealous over their Goat?
Yeah, it sounded like that one hit a little close to home for you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Matt would like to watch the world burn at least a little bit, but God help you if you think he's going to help. That would require commitment and effort, two things that he's more allergic to than Goat is to healthy relationships. So tonight we celebrate 40 years of Matt, a man powered by weed, contrarianism, bad eyesight, and the unshakable belief that sincerity is cringe. Happy birthday, you miserable forest cryptid. The first speaker that we're going to be having here today is Bongers. We're going to be having him go first.
Yep.
So I will go ahead and give you the floor. Have fun with it.
Yes. Thank you. So first of all, I want to say thanks for having me as the main diversity hire in a sea of high BMI bearded white men with poor eyesight. It's very nice to be here. Also, Shambles couldn't be here, but he said to tell you he wishes his favorite beast from Nurgle a happy 40th. And even though he isn't here, I wrote a fucking roast for him, so I'm gonna goddamn and good say it. So, Shambles once seriously considered converting to Islam because of pussy, but mostly to convert to a religion where it's acceptable to fuck women who look like goats. He's an admin on Destiny's server, which is already sad, but gets even worse when you remember he takes that shit seriously. And just to be clear, no matter how much you want to talk about Australia having black people, being paid a slave wage for being an admin does not give you the right to say the N-word, even though we both know your favorite music is Kanye's newest album. Lundy, you chose Loch Ness Monster for a contest about cool cryptids. I actually didn't write an end joke. I just wanted to point out how much of a fucking loser that makes you. Speaking of the cryptid clash, Mylate, he chose Bigfoot, which is almost as lame as choosing the Loch Ness Monster, except he somehow out-losered Lundy by arguing Bigfoot from the perspective of a raging anti-Semite. So he basically did it from the perspective of a walnut. I know walnut's not part of the roast, but sometimes you gotta punch down, you know? And Abra, he's not gonna join in, but I wrote this shit. So I just want to get a few things out to raise his blood pressure a little bit. Sinners is the best movie of all time. Severance is a masterpiece, and no, I won't say why. Star Wars in general. Rugby players are better than hand-egg NFL pussies. The Wendigo wasn't the coolest cryptid, but you just sucked mildly less than the heavy hitters like the Mothman and the Snallygast, and Dune 2 is worse than Dune 1, which is already a bad movie. As for Grim, who also could join us, I could genuinely hurt our friendship, so I'm abstaining from punching down too much. Anyway, today's topic, the genocide of Native Americans. I've seen this man, quote, play Counter-Strike, unquote, and after having sat through that abortion of a game, I now understand why the European settlers treated the Native Americans the way they did. If you ask Grim about guns, then you get a long conversation about guns. But if you ask Grim about the Necrons from 40K, then you get trapped in the corner of a bar for hours without getting laid afterward. And speaking of the Cryptid Clash, for Goat, you chose the Ningen, not because you thought it was a cool monster, but because you misread the name and thought it was finally your time to defend the N-word. I should also say, to make it clear, if I didn't mention you, then it means that you're less relevant than Goat, who somehow manages to be the fourth best host on a podcast with 3 hosts. And as for the, well, not birthday boy in question anymore, Napalm is a real-life cryptid. This man has sex with homeless people under bridges, smokes crack and watches wrestling with strangers when the internet is down, almost bought a police uniform to trick a flock of goats into becoming ACAB, and wanted to buy a goose and call it Honky so he could shout, "Shut up, Honky." Again, this joke has no ending. I just need people to know all of this is 100% true. He has one of the most impressive rap sheets ever on DGG. He gets banned so many times that most people can genuinely do a top 10 bans list, which sucks because most people can't even name a single episode of the Goat Pen podcast. And just for context, I said that one in a channel earlier with a handful of DGGers, and the reactions were a mix of true and wait, Napalm has a podcast? I've known Napalm for around 8 years, and in that time, I've gone through 2 relationships, and I'm on my 3rd one. I've gotten sober from alcohol. I unintentionally cucked one of his friends so hard that he removed himself from society in a non-suicide way, and yet Napalm somehow still hasn't gotten better internet. So, in order to round it up, for all your flaws and failed projects, we still mildly appreciate you, but in a fully co-worker platonic way instead of one-eyed Betsy who lives under the bridge and sucks dick for Twinkie. We love you, Napalm.
All right. Thank you for that, Bongers. Ruins friendships and judges everyone, truly honoring his cultural heritage.
Cheers.
Please do not sleep with anyone else, just in case. Ask some permission first. We don't want any more accidents.
No promises.
Going on. All right, so that was Bongers. By the way, Matt's been yucking it up a little bit. I just want to go ahead and, since we're just saying things that he's actually done, because that in and of itself is the joke. Not a lot of people know this about Matt, but Matt partially responsible for a rather traumatic event in my life.
Oh, no. Okay.
Now, to be fair, it wasn't entirely him. There was another person involved in this, but he was involved. I had a stalker.
You guys are about to hear the only thing I could actually be canceled for.
I had a stalker when I was about 23 years old. I had a stalker who worked with me at the Sears that I worked at back then. And she wouldn't leave me alone. And I asked Matt for advice. I said, Matt, what do I do?
Before you continue, do you remember
work and they just separate her from me, but it doesn't stop her from leering in on me and coming to me and all that sort of shit. And
do you remember the nickname I gave her?
I don't, actually.
The beanbag chair of Notre Dame.
She was indeed a very plus-sized woman. Now, Matt's wisdom that he decided to impart into me, fresh out of college me, was just talk to her, man. Give her a ride home and let her know how you feel. So I did, which resulted in her sexually assaulting me. And when I came home, I told Matt about it, and his response, I will quote, was, "Ha ha 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 ha! You got raped by a fat bitch." That was his response.
Pause her lips,
Yeah.
Lundy.
So,
Oh God.
that was fun.
I remember that.
I almost choked on my water. Fuck.
In my defense,
Sometimes I black out, forget about the
I was
horrible
drinking a
shit
lot.
we did to each other back then.
So, you know, and now to be fair, it is like the one thing that Matt's ever actually apologized to me for. And it's probably one of the very few things he's ever apologized for in the first place.
honestly, yeah. It's one of the things I actually feel like, okay, that might have been too far. Might have went a little too far for the bit there.
You all gotta have that one thing, you know?
So next up, as far as our little roast here is concerned.
By the way, since you brought it up, Lundy, again, I am sorry.
I'll never stop saying it. Next up for our little roast here, I'm going to be bringing up the third of our podcast, and probably by most people considered even lesser than that. Goat will be going up next. Goat, you now have the mic. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Lundy, I want to start with Lundy, our MC for the night. I like to often say that Lundy has a face like a flower. A cauliflower, that is. With a face like his, he should sue his parents for damages. Yeah, Lundy, he must be using gunpowder on his face, because it sure looks shot. I'm going to go now to Bongers. Bongers. He has very wavy hair. So much so, I'd say it's waving goodbye. Skep's hair is departed in the middle. And Matt, our guest for the night, he's not bald-headed. He just has flesh-colored hair. Lundy, once I've heard, could swat flies with his ears. From the front, he looks like a loving cup.
Oh, you're not being those least funny allegations.
See, my light, I've heard, I've heard My Light kisses the cat and puts his wife out at night.
Gives her chutzpah.
What is happening right now?
Skep, I've heard, was in a fight once and was knocked conscious.
That's accurate.
And Skep was actually born April 2nd. In my opinion, one day too late. Matt's over there laughing. You know, Matt, I often think that your neck reminds me of a typewriter. Under wood.
Fucking too young to get that one.
Oh, fuck.
Must be too old.
Skep once lost his dog, but he won't put an ad in the paper. He says it's no use because the dog can't read.
I love this strategy, Goat. Bold.
What's happening right now?
I understand what's happening, and I don't like it.
He's starting to believe is what's happening.
So am I, motherfucker.
By the way, Skep's fear of AI is once again disproven, considering that's where Coat went to get all of these.
Well, it's
What do you mean
interesting that My Light,
disproven? This is absolute reinforcement.
it's interesting that My Light just talked, because I once heard that My Light got invited to a bridal shower for some reason, and he brought the soap. And my last joke for the night, I'll go ahead and aim directly at Matt. Matt wasn't always an atheist. He used to go to church, and one time he asked his clergyman whether there were any possibilities of his sermons being published that he was writing, and the clergyman answered him, perhaps posthumously. And Matt replied, "Oh, how nice! And the sooner the better." All right, thank you. That's my time. Everybody have a great night. Happy birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday, Matt.
We're supposed to thank people for their time when they get done, but I feel like that would be inappropriate. In this instance.
I'm crying.
So, anyway, that being done and over with, thank God for everybody. Our next roaster is the man, the myth, the legend, the individual who still won't get on camera. My Light will be going
Hello.
next. Enjoy your time.
Now, before I start, I want to admit some of these were directed towards Grim. However, I'm going to direct them towards Goat because I don't know what he looks like. Goat, as much as I make fun of your hairline looking like the coastline of Greece, it warms my heart because it looks like my other friend Abra's smile. Lundy, your poop tooth looks like napalm, and we could all smell it spreading. Goat, you look Greek. How many boys have you molested? Goat, you're not smart. You're just a pedophile.
I like
Skep,
trying to figure out which one of the Goat ones are for Goat and which ones were for Grim originally.
Yeah.
Skep, you look
These are
like a
uncalled.
basic white man and you have the fears of a basic white man. AI. Bongers, you look like Black Ariel's loofah. Napalm. Napalm is known for strange sex with alt twinks, women that look like cryptids, homeless people, and animals who can't fight back. But he doesn't do this because he likes to. No, he does it in search that in search of a disease that will put him down in a way he is too much of a pussy to do himself. Your biggest fear, Napalm, is that your child is normal, because when it is, it will understand shame in a way you never could. Napalm, you look like if Christian was left outside too long. Last year, Napalm accidentally picked up a cottonmouth. It was because he thought it was the penis that would finally give him AIDS. I'm scared that Napalm will eat walnut. I'm scared that I'm scared that Napalm will eat Grim because he smells like food. Napalm is fat. Napalm is gay. Napalm is a faggot. Thank you.
All right, first slur of the day dropped by the Jew.
That was uncalled for.
Yeah, for those keeping score at home.
All righty. Well, thank you, My Life, for that. I don't know. I think you did your people proud.
Eh.
By the way, Skep, don't be scared of AI, okay? It can be haggled with. We will win.
It can
At least
be
my people will.
negotiated with, said everyone who ever died in a war.
And look, if it is the new god, your people can kill it as well.
All I
Like
have
you
to
did the
That's
last
true.
one.
all I have to say is
We're the grok
anytime
killers.
your people run into automation and efficiency, bad things happen to them. So we can't do it.
That's fair.
You should take the alternate stance.
I would think that My Life would be the most scared of AI because it really is the Jewish golem.
True. Also, since his jokes were so bad, I think it's fair enough that we burn this book afterwards.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
You
okay.
can do it on your own time.
Just checking.
Fair enough, that's not a real one.
All right. Last amongst the various different guests to take his turn is going to be Skep over here. A man who has a 22-year-old's haircut and a 50-year-old smoker's voice. We're excited to have him, so do have fun with the mic.
Okay. So I find it amazing that all of you guys had prepared statements and you wrote them down, but none of you seem to be fucking literate. It's just mind-boggling. Okay. We got the guy who looks like Kid and Play Fucked. We got the guy who looks like the default avatar from Gary's Mod with an O face, Lundy, and of course, Napalm. I think I forgot someone, but I don't know who it would be. The best part about roasting your friends is when you get to talk about your history with them. And Napalm and I have a lot of history. None of it is good, and most of it is probably on 3-letter watch lists. If we think about it, Matt is actually 2 forms of domestic terrorist. He was there at the birth of Inmendum's Ephilism movement, and he was for a while a card-carrying member. And then most recently, for 2 weeks, he campaigned for Donald Trump, which, of course, we can never, ever forgive. But I like
Look,
to
man,
think about
they're $20.
I like to think about Matt when he was, much younger, much more well, we
Almost.
can't say handsome because that's just not true. Let's say aggressive. How many channels did you have on YouTube? Was it somewhere in the triple digits? Because every
No, it
other
was
week
only
you would get yourself
46.
46. Every other week you would get yourself banned. And I remember sitting in Skype calls where we would wait to see if your latest video would last more than a half hour before it got tagged, leading to your massive anti-Google bias.
For the people who think the Bannon shit only started in D.GG, no, this is a personality defect.
Oh,
It's
no.
long
No.
predated it.
Matt's been getting banned since he was born. I mean, look at him. He was banned from the gene pool before he was a teenager. So it's just explicitly clear that this man does not care about society. He's just a domestic terrorist. And that's really about the only thing that sticks out. Just completely unfit for society. But that's why we love you, Matt. That's why I would consider you one of my best friends who spent, I think, 10 years not talking to me for no reason other than general apathy and the longest, worst game of Stellaris anyone has ever fucking seen in their life. I mean, seriously, what's that build order? But, you know, I want to say, as the first one in our cohort of friends who crossed the Rubicon into 40, it just gets worse. So enjoy that and good luck. Happy birthday, Matt.
All right.
Happy birthday, Napalm.
Thank you, Skep.
Happy birthday.
Absolutely prepared for a future that none of us even feel the need to emotionally acknowledge. Please don't remember any of us when society collapses. I don't want to end up becoming some sort of workhorse at your compound. So I wouldn't do well at it. Now, everybody has had their chance. Everybody's had their jokes and japes, their stories to tell, things along those particular lines. It is traditional, of course, for all of these particular heroes, for the man of the hour to go last, to express his appreciation in the way in which he prefers. So, we're going to go ahead and let Matt have his time, say whatever he wants to say, and just sort of enjoy the moment. So, Matt, go ahead.
Well, thank you guys for just confirming something I knew deep down inside of me, that I am the funniest person that I know. So, thanks for that. This whole lineup's been just like a fucking joke, hasn't it? Like 2 queers, a Negro, a fucking Jew, an Irishman. It's like a bad joke, which would have been a nice change of pace for tonight, honestly. Any kind of joke. This was terrible. I went to Harikari. I was thinking of Harikari myself, but this is the biggest blade I have near me, and with my girth, that would take too fucking long, so I guess I'll just fucking babble a little longer. So, I will, against character, actually throw out some platitudes, like, bongers, like, you're a really cool dude. Wouldn't let any female member of my family near you. Not because of the sex stuff, but more because of the mixed race stuff. But, my life, I've known you for the least amount of time, but, despite that and, what you did to my Lord and Savior 2,000 years ago, you're a really cool bloke, and you've made me realize that not all Zoomers are brain-rotted morons. Some of them are just regular brain-rotted. And Skep, like, I know I know I haven't been the best friend to you because, like, the aforementioned 10-year gap there, but you've always been there for me, and I really appreciate it, even though, the crimes your people vested upon my people, the generational wealth you stole when the Irishmen came down here and took the plantation away.
Okay. All right. You know what? It's not my fault you couldn't manage the land. And that's what happens.
But we had people for that. Until
My
your
people.
ancestors came. Yeah.
I mean, it's wild that you mock the Irish. They obviously gave you that camera with their potato-based technologies.
But honestly, last but not least, going to Lundy, like, honestly, without you two, I would have probably been fucking killed in a hail of police gunfire for bombing some kind of clinic of some kind. Who am I fucking kidding? I'm white. They would have fucking institutionalized me instead of Chris Dorner and me. But for real, if you two didn't exist, I would not be here right now. Not because of some faggy fucking bullshit death stuff, but because more of like, I would have just left the internet, just gone off into my own little hole, eating some crow eggs, just living my life. Moisturized, unbothered, crow egg in mouth. So, I don't have any ending statement because I did not write any of this fucking stuff down like you losers. So, splish splash, take a bath, I don't know. Lundy, you're supposed to end this shit. You're the MC.
I know, but you need to seed first.
Oh. Well, I cede to you, my prince.
Well, as we
Napalm
all
doesn't need
know,
to seed,
Matt hates
okay?
saying
That would
goodbye.
make the gene pool fucked.
In true Matt fashion, he refuses to actually end something. He hates doing it. Just so you guys know, if you
Ended
ever...
shit is hard. It's always been the hardest part of all of this. It's like, what do you do? Like, I'll be honest, this is why I wish I could just fucking kill myself. That would be a great way to end every fucking video. Just blowing my fucking brains out.
I mean, with the power of AI.
Yeah.
True.
It does make sense that your biggest issue with killing yourself is that you can't do it again.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what's the fucking point?
Can't keep the bit going.
You know Matt likes all of us because he's here, is what I will
Yeah.
say. He would not...
And I reached out to you.
Yeah, that too.
True.
You will never know if Matt actually hates you, because if he does, he's not talking to you. But also, that could just be because he doesn't give a shit enough to actually do so. So,
Nah, you can ask Brett Keane. Like, it's kind of obvious when I really hate somebody.
regardless, I think everybody did a job anyway, in terms of being here, in terms of speaking.
No.
Being
Everybody was
attempting to
here.
be funny anyway. We
That's all you can
appreciate
ask.
all of you being here. We appreciate the audience, of course, for tuning into this and enjoying it and all that sort of stuff. But all things must come to an end, and Napalm's end is probably going to be in the next 5 years. So, savor him while you got him. He's not long for this world.
Yeah, like an everlasting gobstopper, but it dies at 45 of a massive stroke.
Napalm has existed for 40 years on this earth. It's 40 years of fuck and mediocrity, as he would put it. And we hope to have him for as long as he will.
Eh.
In any case, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording there.